On the 13th of January, a single, simple act with salt can unlock financial blessings beyond expectation. Today, a powerful secret will be revealed, one that blends spiritual wisdom with practical action, a secret often hidden from plain sight. Salt, a humble element found in every home, carries a deeper significance than most realize. For centuries, it has been used to cleanse spaces, protect families, and even attract abundance. Yet, few understand how placing it in the right spot at the right time can align with divine favor to open doors to unexpected wealth. This is not superstition or empty ritual. It is the ancient knowledge of energy, faith, and intention coming together, guided by God's hand. In the next few minutes, you will discover the exact place in your home where salt should be positioned on the 13th of January to invite financial breakthroughs. You will learn how this simple act resonates with spiritual principles, turning ordinary moments into opportunities for divine blessings. Secrets of timing, placement, and prayer combine to create a practice that transforms homes into magnets for prosperity. Those who have followed this guidance report astonishing changes, small debts fading, new opportunities appearing, and peace-filling spaces where worry once lingered. Stay until the end, because every detail matters. Every step is designed to maximize the flow of blessings and strengthen your connection to divine provision. I am Shiheng Yi, and today you will uncover knowledge that has remained hidden for too long. Welcome to Shaolin Divine Flow, where ancient wisdom meets modern life, and every video brings insight to transform your reality. Subscribe now and step into a path where faith, focus, and action converge to unlock the abundance that has always been waiting for you. The energy of the 13th of January carries a hidden power that few truly recognize. In the spiritual realm, numbers are more than symbols. They are keys, signals, and guides from the divine. The number 13 has long been seen in sacred texts and prophetic teachings as a number of transformation, breakthrough, and alignment. It is the point where challenges meet divine intervention, where patience and faith intersect with action to create extraordinary outcomes. On this day, the universe seems to open subtle doors, offering opportunities for renewal, abundance, and unexpected favor. The 13th of January is not just another date on the calendar. It is a moment when spiritual timing converges perfectly with earthly action. History and scripture often highlight times when a specific day becomes a vessel for God's blessings, a moment when prayer, intention, and preparation are magnified. On the 13th of January, energies align in a way that amplifies acts of faith. Small steps taken with belief can ripple into life-changing results. Those who honor this timing tap into a rhythm that has guided prophets, saints, and seekers for centuries. This day resonates with cycles of completion and new beginnings. It calls for awareness, intentionality, and trust. When spiritual alignment meets practical action, divine favor flows like a hidden river into every aspect of life. Money, opportunities, and blessings are not random. They are responses to timing, faith, and alignment. On the 13th of January, the spiritual currents are especially strong, and those who position themselves wisely find that doors previously closed suddenly open and obstacles dissolve with unexpected ease. The universe whispers in subtle ways, inviting action, signaling that now is the moment to step forward with faith, clarity, and purpose, trusting that the blessings prepared for this day are already moving toward those ready to receive them. Salt holds a power that goes far beyond the kitchen. In the Bible, it is more than a seasoning. It is a symbol of purity, covenant, and preservation. Salt represents protection against decay, a way to cleanse what is stagnant, and a medium through which divine favor can manifest. When the scriptures speak of salt, they speak of lasting value, of enduring faith, and of the hidden forces that safeguard and elevate life. It is a simple element, yet one that carries spiritual weight, connecting the physical with the sacred. Throughout history, salt has been used to bless homes, families, and communities. In ancient practices, a pinch of salt placed in the corners of a house was believed to ward off negativity and invite peace and prosperity. It was offered in rituals to seal agreements, to consecrate spaces, and to honor divine presence. families understood that salt not only preserves food, but also preserves harmony, balance, and the flow of blessings. Every crystal carries the potential to transform a space, infusing it with energy that attracts abundance and protects from unseen obstacles. Salt's spiritual power lies in its ability to purify while inviting growth. By placing it thoughtfully within the home, it acts as a conduit, absorbing stagnant energy and opening channels for blessings to enter. It does not act alone. Faith is the key, and intention fuels its effect. The practice becomes a sacred act, a moment of alignment where belief meets action, and the ordinary transforms into a vessel for divine provision. When salt is combined with prayer and mindful placement, it resonates with spiritual laws that have been honored for generations. Its presence signals openness to abundance, readiness to receive, and protection over what is valued most. Families who embrace this practice create environments that not only feel lighter and more peaceful, but also magnetically attract the resources, opportunities, and prosperity that have been promised through divine guidance. The simplicity of salt belies its profound ability to influence the spiritual currents within a home, setting the stage for blessings that flow naturally and powerfully. Financial blessings are more than coins in a pocket or numbers in a bank account. They are the unexpected openings that shift life in meaningful ways. They arrive as opportunities that were previously unseen, as debts dissolving seemingly overnight, or as doors opening to sources of income and provision that align perfectly with one's path. These blessings carry timing, purpose, and guidance, flowing in ways that often surprise and uplift. They are the answers to prayers whispered in faith, the gentle alignment of circumstance and divine favor that turns struggle into breakthrough. Understanding financial blessings requires seeing them as a spiritual activation rather than a random windfall. They are not magic, luck, or mere chance. They are the result of alignment between action, intention, and faith. When the heart is positioned to receive, when trust meets preparation, and when sacred timing is honored, these blessings flow naturally. Salt, prayer, and focused attention become catalysts, activating spiritual currents that bring abundance into homes and lives. It is the invisible work of divine energy responding to devotion, focus, and belief. Financial blessings often arrive in subtle ways. A long-awaited opportunity may appear at the perfect moment. A small debt may suddenly resolve, or resources may emerge where none seemed possible. These moments are signals of alignment, reminders that provision is always present for those who act in faith. The process requires patience and awareness, understanding that blessings are layered. They may not always look like immediate wealth, but they carry the potential to transform life, stabilize security, and open doors for growth. By approaching financial blessings with reverence and faith, one begins to see the spiritual pattern behind abundance. It is a flow, not a force, a response from the divine to hearts that are ready. Recognizing this distinction between spiritual activation and mere chance allows one to act confidently, position oneself correctly, and embrace opportunities with gratitude, knowing that every blessing is part of a larger design orchestrated with purpose and care. Salt acts as a bridge between the seen and unseen, a simple element with profound spiritual influence. When placed intentionally, it draws God's favor into the spaces where it rests, creating an environment ready to receive blessings. Salt has a natural ability to absorb negativity, clearing stagnant energy that can block progress and obscure opportunity. It purifies the atmosphere, transforming tension, worry, and fear into a quiet space where faith and abundance can flow freely. In homes where salt is used mindfully, it becomes a subtle yet powerful tool for opening doors. Corners, windowsills, and entryways, places where energy moves and accumulates, are particularly receptive. Here, salt works silently, realigning the flow of energy and inviting divine provision to enter. It is not the salt itself that brings wealth or blessings, but the combination of faith, attention, and intention that makes its presence spiritually potent. Through this simple act, the home becomes a magnet for opportunities, unexpected resources, and moments of favor that seem to arrive without explanation. The process is both practical and spiritual. Salt absorbs what no longer serves the household, whether it is tension between family members, financial stagnation, or unseen spiritual obstacles. By removing these blockages, it creates space for new energy to circulate, energy that carries possibility, clarity, and growth. Each placement is an act of faith, a declaration that the household is ready to receive and open to God's timing. This practice also strengthens awareness of divine orchestration. As negativity is cleared, intuition sharpens, and the household begins to notice opportunities that might have been overlooked. Resources appear, connections align, and decisions come with greater clarity. Salt, humble in its form yet profound in its influence, becomes a quiet partner in the flow of abundance, a spiritual signal that the home is prepared to host blessings, prosperity, and protection in alignment with divine favor. Placement is everything when working with salt as a spiritual tool. Each corner of the home carries its own energy, and placing salt thoughtfully can transform that energy into a channel for blessings. The kitchen, for example, is more than a place for preparing meals. It is the heart of nourishment and abundance. Placing a small bowl of salt here symbolizes prosperity, sustaining both the body and the flow of resources that support daily life. It cleanses the area of stagnant energy, creating a space where creativity and opportunity can thrive. The front door is another critical location. As the threshold through which energy enters and exits, it holds great spiritual significance. Salt near the entrance acts as a protective barrier, absorbing negativity before it reaches the heart of the home. It also signals readiness to receive, opening a path for divine favor and unexpected blessings to enter freely. This simple placement establishes the home as a sacred space, aligned with abundance rather than limitation. Windowsills are equally important. Windows are points of exchange between the interior and exterior, where unseen energies flow in and out. Placing salt here purifies incoming energy, preventing external negativity from disturbing the home's harmony. It also allows positive, prosperous energy to circulate more freely, creating an environment that supports clarity, focus, and growth. Finally, near wealth corners, traditionally the farthest corner from the entrance, salt acts as a magnet for abundance. This area, often overlooked, accumulates potential for growth, opportunity, and financial increase. By positioning salt here, the home aligns with spiritual principles that attract provision and favor, turning intention into tangible results. Each of these placements works together, creating a balanced environment where energy is purified, opportunities are welcomed, and divine blessings can flow without obstruction. Simple, intentional, and powerful, these placements transform ordinary spaces into conduits of prosperity and protection. As the salt is placed in each chosen spot, prayer becomes the key that activates its spiritual power. This is not a ritual performed without intention. It is a moment to align the heart, mind, and home with God's favor. Begin by pausing, taking a deep breath, and centering your thoughts on faith. Feel the presence of divine energy surrounding your home, ready to move and transform. With each placement, speak aloud or silently in your heart words that express belief, expectation, and gratitude. A simple yet powerful prayer can be, "Lord, bless this home and all who dwell within. Let this salt purify the energy, remove all obstacles, and open doors for abundance, protection, and divine favor. May every space here be aligned with your will, and may blessings flow freely in every area of life. I receive with faith, I act with trust, and I give thanks for all that is already on its way." Speak these words with conviction, imagining the energy of the salt merging with your intention, creating a channel for blessings to enter. Faith is the force that gives this act its power. It is the expectation that God is actively responding to the prayers spoken and the steps taken. Gratitude amplifies the effect, acknowledging that the blessings are already in motion, even before they appear physically. This combination of faith, expectation, and gratitude transforms a simple act into a spiritual activation, where the home becomes a vessel for divine provision. As the prayer is repeated in each location, kitchen, front door, windowsills, and wealth corners, Imagine the energy flowing, clearing obstacles, and inviting opportunities. Feel the spaces becoming lighter, more open, and ready to receive. This practice is not about magic, but about aligning intention with divine timing, allowing faith to guide action, and trusting that every placement, every word, and every thought is drawing blessings closer, creating a sacred rhythm where abundance naturally flows. Even a simple spiritual practice can lose its power if approached incorrectly. One of the most common mistakes is treating salt as if it holds magic on its own. Salt is only a tool, a conduit for God's blessing, and without faith, its placement will have little effect. The true force behind this practice comes from belief, intention, and alignment with divine timing. Expecting results without trust in God's provision diminishes the flow of blessings before it even begins. Another mistake is placing salt in cluttered or dirty spaces. Energy moves freely in clear, organized environments, and stagnation blocks the flow of divine favor. Salt cannot work effectively where chaos or neglect dominates. By keeping the areas clean and intentional, each placement becomes a signal that the home is ready to receive abundance, protection, and opportunity. A well-prepared space honors the spiritual act and maximizes its effect, creating a fertile environment for blessings to manifest. Ignoring the spiritual component entirely is also a common pitfall. Simply scattering salt without prayer, focus, or expectation reduces the practice to a meaningless gesture. The combination of action and faith is what opens channels for God's intervention. Every placement should be accompanied by prayer, gratitude, and a clear intention to align with divine favor. The moment becomes an act of devotion, not just a household routine. Understanding that salt is a tool, not the source of blessing, reinforces the heart of this practice. God's favor, timing, and guidance are what truly bring change. Salt amplifies and directs that power, creating a pathway for it to enter homes and lives. By avoiding these mistakes, each placement becomes purposeful, each prayer becomes effective, and each step taken with faith positions the home to receive the full measure of blessings prepared for those who trust and act in alignment with divine will. This awareness ensures the practice remains sacred, focused, and transformational. Maria had been struggling for months, barely making ends meet, and worrying constantly about bills that seemed to grow faster than her income. One morning she heard about the practice of placing salt in her home on a special day combined with prayer and faith. Skeptical but desperate, she decided to follow the guidance with intention, placing small bowls of salt in her kitchen, near the front door, and in the corner of her living room she learned was connected to wealth. As she placed each bowl, she spoke words of faith, asking God to clear negativity, open doors for opportunities, and provide financial favor. She did not expect immediate change, but she committed herself fully, trusting that the process mattered. Within a few days, subtle shifts began. Small, unexpected payments arrived, refunds she had forgotten about, a cancelled fee that returned money to her account, and an unexpected gift from a friend. She began noticing new opportunities at work that had previously been invisible, and a long-pending freelance project finally came through, exceeding her expectations. Over the next few weeks, Maria realized that the practice was not just about the salt, it was about her faith, her focus, and her openness to receive. Each placement had created a space where divine favor could flow, and her gratitude amplified the blessings she experienced. She felt lighter, more confident, and more aligned with purpose, noticing doors opening in ways she had not imagined. Maria's story is a testament to how ordinary actions, when combined with faith and intention, can bring extraordinary results. It shows that abundance often begins subtly, through small shifts and moments of divine alignment, building momentum until it transforms an entire life. Her experience inspires a reminder: when heart, action, and timing align, blessings arrive in ways that are both tangible and deeply meaningful, reshaping reality one step at a time. Patience is the quiet power behind every blessing. Often the results of faith and intentional action do not appear instantly, but this does not mean they are not working. God's timing is perfect. and each step taken in trust aligns with a greater plan that is unfolding beyond what can be seen. Every moment spent preparing, praying, and placing salt in the home is an investment in the energy of blessing, even if the outcomes seem delayed. Trusting this process allows faith to grow, strengthens expectation, and opens the heart to receive fully when the time is right. Expectation is not wishful thinking. It is a confident awareness that divine favor is already moving toward you. Approaching this practice with belief, clarity, and openness amplifies its effect. Each placement of salt, each prayer spoken, and each moment of gratitude signals readiness, creating a spiritual resonance that invites opportunity, prosperity, and protection. By combining patience with expectation, the home transforms into a space where energy flows freely and blessings are naturally attracted. Faith requires consistency, even when results are not immediately visible. It is the quiet trust that God's provision is already in motion and that each act of devotion contributes to a larger unfolding. As the home fills with purified energy and aligned intention, the seeds of abundance planted through this simple practice begin to take root. Approach this moment with joy and certainty. Allow the act of placing salt to be both sacred and practical, a gesture of faith that carries intention, gratitude, and readiness. Know that every effort, no matter how small, is acknowledged and amplified by divine timing. By embracing patience and trust, and by holding expectation in the heart, viewers prepare themselves to receive blessings fully, knowing that God's favor flows to those who act with faith, believe in the unseen, and honor the sacred rhythm of divine timing. On the 13th of January, take this step of faith. This simple act with salt, combined with prayer, intention, and trust, has the power to open doors for blessings you may never have imagined. Don't wait, position your home, speak your prayers, and align yourself with divine favor, knowing that every moment of faith counts. Share this secret with your loved ones so they too can invite abundance, protection, and opportunity into their lives, multiplying the blessings that flow. If this video inspired you, make sure to like it and subscribe to Shaolin Divine Flow, where ancient wisdom meets practical guidance for a life filled with purpose and prosperity. Remember, small steps taken with faith create ripples that can transform your world. Step forward with courage, open your heart, and watch as the universe responds in ways beyond expectation. Your moment is now, and blessings are already on their way.